Topic number two, let's get negative. Now I want one reason why each team will lose, and not cut down the nets. So we could say like, just whether they lose now or they lose in the title game, just why does this team bow out of the tournament? And I'm gonna throw you for a curve. Since we started left, right? Actually, no, I'm not gonna throw you a curve. We're gonna start left again. We're gonna start with Auburn.
You would have thrown yourself a curveball if you started to the right too. That wasn't going to be singular to me. Auburn will lose temperament, right? We're about to find out if they're tough or they're fake tough when they play Michigan State. So I would say temperament's going to be why they lose ultimately.
Yeah, voices inside their head. Auburn is the ultimate voice inside their head team. And if they can basically just quiet those instead of succumb to them. I think they'll find themselves in the spot they want to be in. Michigan, I feel like that's easy. It's the guards is a reason why. Like the guards, they've been good as of late. But if they refer back to their form, then this team gets blown out, right?
Yeah, the guards and I mean we did a was it a short we did yesterday about Dusty and yeah, it was a short we did yesterday about Danny Wolf in the NBA, and I found a quote from Dusty where he said he has two coaches working on Auburn and everybody else is working on the portal. That's also going to be why you lose.
Yeah, it's bad. Ole Miss.
um, Not talented enough.
Yeah, don't do the little things. They don't rebound. They don't rebound well at all. So I think that'd be the reason they don't. Michigan State.
I think they're. I love Moneybag Jace. I think they're way, way, way too reliant on him. I don't think it's noticed so much in game because of how talented Michigan State is around them. But let him go through a rough stretch, and you'll notice like Michigan State also went through a rough stretch in that period.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jay struggling and or just shooting in general.
Yeah.
Florida.
Um, I think they I think they lack the moment a little bit. I think having played in the SEC, they're way too used to the big stage and it doesn't feel special enough for them to be in the tournament.
Yeah, honestly, Todd Golden. I did not like what I saw from Todd Golden in that UConn game. It has me a little bit concerned. So I think Todd Golden might be their downfall. The lack of energy from that team in that UConn game was concerning, which I think is to your point. It's just I don't know. It's sometimes I said it about Florida before. They're my national championship pick, but sometimes they have like this too cool for school mentality that I don't really like. It's weird. Maryland.
I mean, they just themselves, like they get in their own way, just the same way they did against Colorado State.
I'm not, they have the worst depth out of everyone in the rest of the field. So foul trouble is probably the reason why they lose. Texas Tech.
Um, if they do the thing where they shoot 53s again, they will lose.
Yeah, I was gonna say health. They're dude sick. Everything's going on with that team. Arkansas, easy, a zone defense.
Zone defense.
Duke.
They won't lose.
Uh, I mean,
If they,
that's a pretty fair point. That's a
I
pretty fair
guess
point.
if they were to like some form of late game, that's what they've struggled with this year, right? At times, it's like late game sets a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say late, like getting to the end and being a close game. Also, like Tyrese Proctor not playing like Tyrese Maxey might affect the team a little bit. That might be a reason why they don't get much, and maybe a team really focuses in on Cooper and Khan, and the other guys don't step up, which they have been doing all year. But that might be the reason they lose. Arizona,
They have to play Coop.
you got to play Duke. Yep, good one. BYU also would have to play
Um,
Duke. No,
also have to play Coop. Yeah, seriously. I think sometimes the pace they play at, if they're not hitting shots, it lends towards the other team being able to run it up, and so it's a lot of pressure on them to score at a high rate.
yeah, I would say turnovers too. If they have the propensity to turn it over at an extremely high rate. If they do that, then it makes it easier on the other team to capitalize off that. And there are some teams in this field left that will capitalize off that. Alabama,
That's 3 pointers. That
yeah,
they're
three
gonna
pointers and or a player having a hissy fit and being benched for a half or something like that. Some inner workings on that one. Houston.
um This is gonna sound crazy because we had Kelvin Sampson too on our Sweet 16 coaches. There's some coaches I look at and just don't believe that they can win a national championship, and for whatever reason,
That's
it's
crazy.
yeah, it is. It is. It's just a weird feeling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, intuition is intuition. For me, mm, where did I go with Houston? Uh, I think it would be their physicality working against them. Like they get in foul trouble, they get mentally off pivot because of the foul trouble and the physicality. So I say physicality, but that could also win them a title at the same time. Purdue.
Athletic guards on the other team.
Yeah, that's definitely where I'd go as well. Kentucky.
I think they're having this run of insane defense, and I'm not saying it's not like a fact that they're able to do it, but if for whatever reason they were to revert back to the defense they were in January,
Yeah, I would say the same thing too. Like if they get matched up with a team too, like you got to look at it, if they make it to a Final Four, they could be going up against a BYU or
right?
going up against a Duke. Like those are two like the high powered offenses that it'd be interesting to see if that defense will hold up. And then Tennessee,
Zakai Ziegler's short.
Chaz Lanier inconsistencies is the reason why. That is one reason why each Sweet 16 team can lose moving forward. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.